Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. I hope you're well, readers. I'll keep this short. A reminder that we're going to be at Dragon Meet on the 30th of November at the Novotel Hammersmith. Come down and say hello. Contact us through socials and we can maybe arrange something. Ratings and reviews are always welcome, as are subscriptions. That's it. Got no other news or information. Let us push on with episode 216 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Dweller on the Threshold.
To see the wizard,
the wonderful Wizard of Dunge.
That's a song that we should record.
We've got no Lucas again. Any news? Any idea where?
It's approaching Christmas.
He's got a large delivery.
Spider Science Conference.
He's the only person that kind of remembers story elements and or takes notes.
I remember everything about the story, mate.
I'm a little bit nervous about what we are about to endure.
Well, I listened back to the episode where we did a great big recap of the story. So rest assured, Mike.
Yeah.
I've forgotten it already.
Yeah, well, this is, I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
Well, we've all dumped intelligence, so, the characters have
just
story 0, story -1. We're just playing each
character.
reflection, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine.
It's all about the role play, Mike.
It's all about
I have
role
two
playing.
things I'd like to complain about. Number one
Yes.
is on television, when they have people texting,
Oh.
why do they show the text so small that you can never see it? And
Are you okay? You're fine.
No,
You're feeling okay.
I'm a bit angry. I need to get this off my chest. Watching TV series.
Have you
Right.
cleaned your lenses recently?
No.
Because it could be that.
That might be what it is. We need to just push his box close to the TV.
But
It's just, you can't see what they're writing, and they can't see, it's like tick, 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 and then it's gone. So that's really annoying. You have to rewind.
Yeah.
And the next thing is actors dancing. It's just the most annoying thing.
Right. What about them?
What have you been watching?
I can't even remember what it was. There was something in a pub where they were having a dance. It just looked, that's just shit. Anyway, there we go. Carry on.
Right.
I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Yeah. Weekend must just fly by in the Donahue household, doesn't it?
Every week, though, I do look forward to the Donahue anecdote.
Yes.
It's a highlight.
Don't
It's a
get me
highlight
started.
in everybody's day. Readers, we edit most of them out because they're absolutely filthy. Recap. Who's going to do the recap? I'm going to roll dice.
I'm
to see who
dominating the
does
thing, and we've gone down the
recap.
stairs. There you go.
Yes,
Right into
yes.
the room.
Well, yes, we've got to get into that. We've got, looking around the table from my left to my right, rolling a D4.
It's going to be Dan. It's going to be Dan.
It's going to be Dan, but let's see. It is Johnny.
Ha.
Johnny,
Johnny,
can you
you're good at
catch us
these.
up?
So we descended the stairs into a room where there were suddenly loads of blade barriers chewing everybody up. We couldn't work out where it was from. We didn't see invisibility. We were searching around. We couldn't find out who the adversary was. Then we opened a door to a room adjacent where there was this mad frost giant pacing up and down, and he gave us a clue that the adversary was a tiny, minute thing.
Yes.
And then I can't remember what else.
Well, you went ethereal at that point, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anybody remember how we...
Yes.
Eventually we spotted it having...
I think it spotted it and then dominated it, and now it's following us down the stairs. Meanwhile, the giant thing wants to get into the crypt. The frost giant wants to get into the crypt, so he's come down with us into the crypt, and we are searching for the phylactery. There we go. I remember everything right.
That is pretty good. Yeah. You didn't mention the shadow smoke.
I didn't mention the shadow smoke, no.
That's
Because
on
we
the
don't know
ethereal
what
plane.
that is.
It's a...
No, but it followed you downstairs.
Oh, did it?
It did. Buggy has seen it previously when he made a separate ethereal jaunt.
It's sort of phasing in and out of the Fey world and the ethereal plane, isn't it?
Do you think what you're seeing is an intrusion or an billow of the border shadow plane that seems to be kind of admixing with the border ethereal? And as you descended the stairs at the end of last week and encountered this room with a ceiling vaulting 40 feet overhead, there are great stone double doors to the northeast. These are covered in a detailed bas relief depicting a human form trapped in a trapezohedral shape. It's the same shape as the monolith that you saw depicted as once sitting atop the Spire of Long Shadows.
Ah.
All around this form writhe dozens of carved worms. A strange, pale golden shimmering seems to dance at times over these doors, and set into the centre of each is a single keyhole. As in all dungeons ever written, the history of all D&D-like games, large double doors mean something. As you neared the foot of the sort of wider set of stairs, this area of smoky shadow that has been interested in you starts to expand and coalesce into a more solid form that all of you can see as something manifests in front of the doors.
Ooh.
This figure says, "Well met, friends," and you recognize this figure. Let me show you a picture.
It's the Jester King or whatever.
Oh,
What's his name?
it's the ghosty boy.
It's the ghosty boy, but now it seems to be older, seems to have matured. Alastor Land is the name of this person.
The ghosty boy from the very beginning of the adventure.
Well, not very beginning, but quite early, yes.
Well met, friends.
Hi, Alastair.
Long have our journeys been since our last meeting. Far have I travelled, and much have I seen. So I can resist that. You have come far in your quest to stop the abomination that rises even as we speak. And I have been down long roads in other worlds. I have travelled the shadow world of the dead and the timber dark, learning who and what I am. And now, here at this juncture, our paths cross again. As you have I can't say this with a straight voice. As you have doubtless learned,
Yep.
an age ago, the Vati fought a great battle against the forces of chaos not far from here, and he gestures with this weird long taloned hand. Miska, the wolf spider, was imprisoned, the queen of chaos banished, and the rod of law was broken into the rod of 7 parts and cast across the cosmos. Tombs were built to inter their honoured dead, but the Fati did not abandon Hearth entirely. One order of Wind Dukes, the Wendim, still visit this realm as they wander the plains, ever vigilant for signs of the return of chaos or attempts to repair the rod. At that point, he kind of seems to steal a quick glance at you, Burple. Continues. And certain guardians were left behind to watch and wait for the re-emergence of chaos. One of these guardians was an order of mortal druids. The Fati taught these druids their secrets, and when they left for other realms, this order grew powerful. They became the Order of the Storm, and they defeated Chaos nearly 15 centuries ago. Chaos was banished, locked away in a stony prison, but now he threatens once again. Over long years, the Secret Watchers joined with the cultures around them. These guardians forgot their cause, and traditions were abandoned. My family, the Land family, named for their sacred attachment to the hallowed grounds of the Fati Fallen, were among the last of these watchers. Though the blood of the Fati ran though the blood of the Fati ran thin in my veins, it still called to me and allowed me access to the tomb of Icosiol until my destiny was fulfilled and I fell into a trap. Likewise, your coming to the Whispering Cairn was no accident. I can smell the mark of the Fati within you, heroes. Yes, you smell quite farty.
Okay.
Some of you may be the last of a long line, the only surviving heirs to the Fati legacy. Others may be more recent descendants, orphaned by circumstance. As such, I have come to advise you one more time. Chios's strength lies in his prison. When he became a god, he became trapped in the focus of his divine apotheosis, a massive monolith of stone affixed to the peak of the Spire of Long Shadows, which when he gestures towards this bas-relief on the doors. Dragotha stole this monolith long ago and brought it to his lair in the Rift Canyon. Over the centuries, the presence of Chios's monolith transformed this portion of the canyon into what is known today as the Wormcrawl Fissure. At which point he looks over at Parker and says, "Write it down." Once, 15 centuries ago, Dragotha was slain. He was returned to unlife by the Worm God, and with his help, Chios managed to escape his prison. With Dragotha as the general of his undead armies, the Worm God rose from the rift and attempted to bring the Age of Worms. but the Order of the Storm was ready. You know of this battle, and now you know that in the room beyond lies Dragotha's phylactery. Yet to reach it, you must look into your memories. You must look into your souls. Find the ritual of opening and use the vault keys. Yet know also that once these doors open, the phylactery vault will be open to all. Dragotha and his minions will sense his phylactery, and they shall come to claim it. You must be quick. If you destroy the phylactery, Dragotha can be truly slain, but as his life force escapes, he may be able to reclaim some of it from the beyond. Destroying the phylactery may make him more dangerous than ever before. Yet I see little choice. I must now go. You shall not see me again, I think, until you join me on the other side. Good luck, my friends, and farewell. And the vision fades.
Nice. Okay. That explains, brings quite a bit together, that does. Okay, so...
This kind of dark, shadowy, smoky presence, disperses.
Okay, we should have a long rest before we do whatever we're supposed to be doing.
I think it's a very good idea.
I've got this guy dominated.
Yep.
And that lasts for an hour.
Identifies or presents as female.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. This creature's dominated.
Yeah, we're out of round sequence. What's the duration of... Dominate Monster, by the way, has been quite dramatically nerfed.
Has it?
In the new D&D rule set, I notice.
It lasts an hour.
Okay. They've changed it.
How long does it last?
Yeah.
How have they changed it?
No, they haven't changed the length.
Okay.
They've changed what it does.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Well,
They've basically said you can issue simple instructions
right.
Only on your turn as a free action, and then they do their best to obey them on their turn that follows.
Okay.
But you can't take full control. You can't pilot.
Yeah.
Another reason not to buy it.
Well, I'm on the ethereal plane. I suppose I could have a quick sneaky peek into the room beyond the doors.
You try and pass through those doors.
Yeah. Okay.
Those
And
doors block you on the
my
ethereal plane, Buggy.
position is I've got fuck all hit points again, and I'm underpowered on high level spells, so I need a rest.
I think we need a long rest because it sounded like all the baddies
This
are gonna
is
come and
this is
converge
kind
on
of
us
like
at that point.
let's
It's the final battle.
Well, Vasinibex is absolutely elated, energized. He starts pacing up and down in this chamber in front of the doors. Obviously, that's why you've been sent. Advisors, you said you were advisors. You're heroes. You're heroes. You know the formula. You know the secret ritual. So many years have I labored on learning the secrets of the
about
chamber
that.
yonder.
Anybody? Who's gonna tell him?
You have the keys. What? But the apparition.
Yeah.
It's very clear. Somehow you must have
Somehow.
the knowledge in your
Yes,
minds.
but what might it be?
Let's go back to my study. And run our eye once again over my formula. It's only a draft. You must know somehow, but perhaps just, I don't know. Try the keys. Try search
Do
your
we have
minds.
anything-
There
well,
must be a way. Who knows what uncountable wealth there must be beyond those doors? What treasures? What
about the
wondrous
items that we
of
picked
power and
exactly?
magic?
Various things
Which
that we picked
items?
up along the way.
You know, the Winjuki items.
Yeah, you got
I
Winjuki
don't see any
items.
kind of weird bluiness with my special weird bluey eyes.
No, you don't see any weird bluiness, no. No skein leading from you into any kind of portals or anything like that.
Wasn't there some sort of finger in a box? Or something?
There was a finger in a box.
That was a very long time ago, yeah.
It's broken off a statue, wasn't it? A pointy thing.
Oh, that's right.
There was
Friend guide storyteller. That's not relevant.
the sphere of annihilation thing that never really materialized. How far back are we going?
Lucas
The
is...
talisman of the sphere. Lucas has got that. Well, not Lucas personally, that would be really weird. Parker is carrying that around in his handy haversack, as he is carrying around all sorts of stuff, like the orrery, and
Oh, we have the orrery.
there's a pair of horns I think you got early on as well. And there's a whole bunch of stuff I've got on my list, which I can't remember. I don't know what you've done with. You thought it was all so absolutely dreadfully evil or cursed that you didn't want to do anything with it. But I don't know if you've actually sold it, so I presume it's sitting
We
somewhere.
had a whole load
Maybe
of...
it's with Eligos.
we had books and documents and stuff that we left with Eligos.
Yeah, Eligos has got all the kind of evidence, the body of evidence, yeah.
Ritual, though.
Burple, you're maintaining concentration on the dominate spell on the demon upstairs. Vasinibex is pacing up and down in this room, infusing about the unimaginable treasures that must lie beyond the doors. What do you want to do?
Scaly's going to take a long rest.
Who's the one that waits, hanging around with us? Does he know of any ritual?
Well, you don't know. No, you left him behind. He teleported with you into the giant's bedroom, and then you all just left. You don't know what happened to him.
Oh, go up and have a look. I'll go back up and have a look for him.
You're going to ethereally...
Well, I'm still ethereal, but I'll have a look for him.
Yeah, so you're going to ascend the tower.
Would it be sensible? There are 2 keys, so there are 2 locks.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a keyhole in each of
We could
these
try at least
2 doors.
Might prompt us to do something if we try unlocking the doors with the keys.
Yeah.
I'm prompted to do a long rest.
I'm not giving you super detail on these doors because you're all...
Let's look at the doors.
Let's go and
It's 100 and
let's go
something
and do a
foot
bit of examining.
You're going to
of
step into the chamber. You're coming on down off the stairs. You're stepping into the room.
Well, Tor has been marching around, hasn't he, in the room?
Yeah, he's marching around. I'll place his mini in the middle of the room. He's pacing. It's obvious.
I'll send the air elemental to march around the room as well. And Sessions will fly down to the bottom of the stairs.
You sure it's safe, Graham?
No, that's why I stopped on the bottom of the stairs, flying on my broom, waiting for someone else.
Where's my
Or
dominated
squishy
monster?
Well, you left it upstairs, telling it to take no action.
I'm telling
I
it to
think.
come
You didn't ask it
downstairs.
to follow you.
You really want it?
What?
Why?
Yes,
Why?
yes.
Why?
Let's no.
Why?
Let's do that. That's a
Why?
great idea.
Why not?
Well, if you lose concentration, it'll be right on top of us.
I was thinking about that. We could maybe tie it up.
No.
That wouldn't do
It's-
any damage on it. And so if I
The
do
last
lose
time
concentration on it,
One thing
It
Mike
can
was trying to
change
say-
size anyhow.
Snake-like, it slithers down the stairs and appears on the landing behind you, glaring at you, Burple. Like, now what?
No, leave it upstairs. It's tied to the area upstairs.
dance for me. No.
How to wind up a demon.
I'm quite scared
Before
of
it
this thing.
breaks
even though
out.
I've got
Yeah, it's like
dominated.
if we leave it upstairs, it won't come downstairs.
It's eyeing you coldly.
Just keep winding it up. Tell him some of your Christmas cracker jokes.
Has anyone
Tickle
got a banishment spell?
Sessions, you have one of
Actually,
those, don't you?
Scaly used to.
Well, I used to, but I don't know that I've actually memorised it at this point. I think we looked at this last time.
Banishment. I do have a banishment spell. It's a concentration.
It's a concentration. The thing is, it's bound by the thing upstairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it bound to the upstairs?
The statue of Ban Risi, the godling of giants and
Wait a
mountains
minute.
and frost
That-
and general
That
nastiness.
statue, is it
Yes.
movable?
Yes, technically.
Is
I
it
mean,
bound? It's bound to the statue.
It's like the bust of a Roman emperor.
Let's go.
It's one of
let's
those.
get
It's that kind of size on a plinth.
Let's get that statue, take it all the way up, throw it out one of the windows. If it's bound to it, it's got to follow it.
There's a window in the room that the statue is in.
How far up are we?
Depends if it's overlooking the
A mile?
chasm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we just throw the statue out the thingy? And if it's bound to it, let it go after it.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
It's not a bad idea. Should we do that? I think that's
well,
quite a
Skelly
good
can
idea.
go and do that.
I quite like it. All right, I'll come up with you, as will
Yeah.
the monster.
It's looking at you very suspiciously now.
Come on, Mike.
Go on.
There is there is a
Yes.
flaw in this plan, which is we
Which
don't
is?
know that it's proximity bound. We just know that it's somehow.
It might really piss it off, but let's
I'm
give it a
perfectly
Why
happy
don't
to
you
let
ask
you make
it what it's
religion
bound
checks,
to?
arcana checks.
Can I force
have a
it
chat
to
with it.
speak the truth, Mike, with the dominate spell?
Yes, I think you can force it to speak the... demons are complicated things. Put it this way. It will not tell you a falsehood,
Okay.
Okay.
which is a slightly different way
Do
of
you
putting
have
it.
to remain within the proximity of that statue?
I do. Why? What are you thinking of doing?
Can you find
Bring
out
it
how?
into the chasm.
Can you find out how? Well, proximity could be 1 billion miles. What
Do
proximity?
you know how far you can go from it?
I do not.
Do you know what happens if you're not within the proximity of it?
It thinks a bit, and then rather reluctantly it says, I am not sure if I am forced to be separated from the idol, whether or not I might be freed.
What happens when you're freed?
I shall no longer be bound to this place, but I will still, unfortunately, be dominated by your goggle-eyed friend
And
here.
what happens if you're released from that?
Well, I will return to my home.
Which is
There is no word for it in your language, Dragon
on
Man.
this plane?
On this plane.
It's the abyss.
Who said that? It looks around.
Okay, well, why don't you try?
Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm on the other plane.
What is that?
I'm
Try
I'm
throwing
on other-
the
Okay.
Why don't we try
There is
casting
another
Dispel
thought, of course.
You
Magic on
might
it?
break the statue if it lands at the bottom of the chasm, and then
Yeah, but
she's released.
There's some metagaming for you. Oh, right. Yeah.
But Graham, have you got?
Can we Dispel Magic on the idol?
That might work. Anyone got detect magic?
yeah, I think I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
See if you can see an aura on the creature other than mine, and something up on the idol. So we decamp upstairs, Mike.
Okay.
We're going to try and
All right.
dispose of ourselves of this thing first.
Once we're up there, I'm going to cast Detect Magic and then just see what it shows around the creature and the statue.
Yes, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Okay, and let me tell you what it shows you. Wonder if there might be some magical things.
I was going to say, before we force it to jump out the window,
Hmm.
and get it to tell us what magic there is.
So there's a magic aura on the idol. It's got a conjuration aura and an enchantment aura. It's divine magic, you think, Scaly.
Can I do like an Arcana check or something
Powerful.
to learn more?
Sure.
Arse. 12?
A little more, but not much more than you can guess. Some kind of summoning enchantment has been cast with this idol as the center of it, and some kind of binding enchantment has been... Sorry, I'm using enchantment in the general sense rather than as in the School of Magic. Has been cast using this idol as the center of it.
How strong is the aura?
Strong.
I mean, you can have a go, Graham, if you want to try dispelling it.
Try and give it a go?
Yeah, go on.
Can you dispel
I
every...
think you can, or you pick one effect.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range.
There you go.
Object seems...
One creature, object, or magical effect.
We're not going to overthink this.
Do we need one or two?
If only Scaly's Arcana check had been a little bit
No,
better.
well, I'll make an Arcana check.
At disadvantage, since you can't see its magical aura. Yes.
It's been described to me. First roll, I get a 6. I'll stop there.
No. It's not in your wheelhouse, guys. This looks like it's ritual magic, not shot from the hip magic. Quite elevated, powerful, divine magic. Sessions might be closer.
Try
If he
to,
could get a good look at this magical aura.
Detect magic on it, Mike. I can cast it as a ritual.
Yeah. Now give me an Arcana check.
I'm rubbish at Arcana.
Oh.
But I'll give you the check anyhow. 20.
Natural 20. Wonderful.
20.
There you
Okay. I can tell you what I can tell you about it. There's a spell called Greater Planar Ally that you've heard of, Sessions, that doesn't seem to be in any books that you've ever encountered, the rituals of which seem to have been lost.
Mm-hmm.
But you think that that is a part of it, and that there is some kind of binding ritual that is a little bit more complicated and you've not seen anything of its like before, that it connects the summoned creature to this idol specifically. There's a couple of things that you can determine immediately. One is, if the subject of the binding enchantment is forcibly separated from the idol, the subject of the binding enchantment would be free to act as it wished. Second thing is, if the idol is destroyed, likewise, the enchantment would be ended.
Okay. Let's chuck it out the window.
At
No?
which point the demon will be able to act as it wishes.
He's still dominated by me.
Yeah, but we don't want him dominated by you.
She.
She.
We don't want her
Sorry.
dominated by you. Because we want really to have a long rest, and therefore we want her gone.
Yeah. So
So breaking the enchantment will...
May I
Can-
make a suggestion?
Yes.
who?
This pains me to say.
Who?
Looks at you all.
This monster.
Yes.
If you free me from my binding to this bauble, I undertake not to destroy you before I return to my home plane.
Okay.
Do you know a
You
ritual?
undertake not to do... Hang on. You undertake not to cause us any damage, harm, or anything.
Fine, find something and I'll sign it. Let's not get all George Perrotts about this.
We'll draw up a contract.
I'm not some kind of dinosaur.
I'm off the ethereal plane now. Do you know the ritual to open this door?
No. My sense is that you do, though. Whatever you are. And you are some kind of... What are you, a guinea pig? What is that?
Okay, Mike, we throw the thing out the window,
You hear...
and then I tell the thing to go all the way up to the top of the tower and across the bridge, back to the mainland, and then he's free.
While you maintain the dominate.
I mean, where he can teleport.
Yeah, Sessions, give me an Arcana check.
Uh-huh.
You can't tell whether or not chucking the idol out of the window has had the effect that you were hoping for.
Okay.
Nothing dramatic seems to happen, even when you've left enough time for this idol to hit the ground.
Can you
I
tell?
don't know how long that takes, but I'm not getting the calculator out and we don't have Lucas
Are you
with
still bound to the idol?
us. It holds your gaze for a second and it says, one moment, just, no, not anymore.
Tell him to go up to one of the,
Her.
sorry.
You know what? If you misgender me one more time, I'm rescinding this agreement and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to eat your face.
Send her up the stairs, up to the top,
Okay.
across the thing.
Good luck with the doors
Yeah.
thing.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Cheerio.
Bye. Right.
Good luck with
Bye.
getting back home.
Okay. Now, doors. What do we remember? It's most likely to be something from here, isn't it?
Well, she's just said that Buggy knows.
Buggy
Me?
knows.
Yes, she's directly said that Buggy knows.
No, I think
missed that.
she meant us, or not
No,
me.
she-
I'm
no,
not going to know
she-
anything. Is it worth doing a long rest before we do anything else?
Yes.
Rest, says Vasinibex.
Yes.
Stalking over to the foot of the stairs.
Yes, I'm taking...
With uncountable fortune
You keep thinking about it.
on the other side of these
You keep
doors.
thinking about it and wake me in 8 hours.
Okay.
Where shall we wait?
He looks
Here.
at his watch, he looks at you. Are you sure you haven't taken a long rest in the last 24? He gets out his player's handbook, starts leafing through it.
Can't remember taking a long rest the last 24. Have we?
We've taken one quite recently.
Yeah, about an hour ago.
Probably about an hour ago.
In which case we're going to have to wait. I mean, I'm just... again, I'm out of high-powered spells and I've got 31 hit points.
I've used quite a few spells.
I think we've
Down
all
on a
used
few
quite a
hit
few
points.
spells.
They try and stop this, don't they? With the short rest mechanic and whatever, but it doesn't matter.
Yep.
As soon as you get down to brass tacks, everybody just sets up camp, sits around and waits for 2 days.
We could do a short rest.
Nope.
Get your hit points
Okay.
back.
Where
Can't give us-
are you attempting your long rest?
We can go back up to the... What's his name's room? Vasinibex's.
So you're going back up to the floor above, and you are shutting the door on yourselves and hanging out in Vasinibex's
Yeah.
study /bedroom /wall of lunacy.
Graham, don't you have that temple that you conjure that we can all go in?
I could conjure it, but I haven't learnt it today.
Tonight's beer, Mike, is
Okay.
Well, let me check.
Vocation Brewery
Buggy.
Crush Hour again.
Oh, is it?
Again. Yeah. Very nice.
Can we push the long rest button?
Oh, hold on, I want to...
After about 20 minutes, he comes up, stands in the door and starts berating you. But he doesn't threaten you. He just looks extremely agitated. Finally, some progress on the project of his life. And then you all want to kind of just head off upstairs and hang around. But he calms down.
I'll start looking through some of the books on his desk if there's a ritual in there.
No, Scaly's been through them all. Well, through most of them. And they're all just nothing to do with anything like rituals for opening sacred vaults. They're like books on botany and, the hibernation habits of mountain mammals and those kinds of things.
Okay, we'll keep a watch up the stairs.
Before we take the long rest, I'm going to
Yeah.
commune.
You're going to think of questions?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to step away for a couple of
I
seconds.
think it'd be probably good to ask if one of us
Make a cup of tea.
actually knows the ritual.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not ringing a bell with any of us, right?
No, but at least if we know that one of us should know it, we can work through that a bit more.
I mean, the other question is it related to something that we have?
Well, that would be the next thing, I guess.
You got 3 questions, right?
Yeah. Does one of us know the ritual? Then we could go. Does Parker or Scaly know the answer?
So narrow it down.
Yeah. If it's a person, if it's not one of us that knows it, then we can. Does one of us have something?
It's a Windjuke ritual, right?
Yeah.
And Burple's got some connections with the Windjuke.
I do,
He's the
but-
most likely person to have a...
Well, I would
knowledge.
have.
Is there something
I
that,
kind of was thinking that, but
is there something that my mother told me? I'm the wrong person to be center of this.
well, that would be. Does one of us hold
There's
the
one.
knowledge?
I mean, you could do 2 questions. Does one, at least one of us, do all? I mean, it could be all of us, right? It could be something that we've all heard.
Mm-hmm. All of us might not work
Did-
because not every.
Hang on. When we were sent here, we were teleported by Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't there a whole kind of background that we were told
God.
at that time. The whole thing but where we heard about the
Maybe.
we heard about the dragon, and it would be
What
something that we were told at that
the-
point.
What about... Is it something to do with the prophecy?
Mike's just gone away because this is just gold for him that we can't remember anything.
Is it something to do with the prophecy? The sequence
That's the
of
other
things?
question.
Could be.
You know, because that seems to be linked to the story about certain things happening and that weird space greebly trying to get things in
Okay, so if it was something that was told to us by Marcus, then we would all have heard it, yeah?
Right.
So we would all know it. If it's something that's individual,
My beer tonight, Paul, is fuzzy.
Fuzzy. Who makes it?
Guess who makes it?
Oh, Cloudwater.
Yeah.
Oh, I was drinking last night. I was drinking Happy by Cloudwater.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's happy is terrific, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's lovely.
And just 3.4%.
Yeah.
It's just the perfect. It's like miracle of brewing.
Yeah.
Don't know how they do it.
Delicious.
So
So,
okay, so question 1, Mike, yeah, is
yes.
the opening ritual, that's what we're looking for, an opening ritual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something that we have all heard, seen, or read.
Tell me about the answers to these questions.
Yes, no.
Unclear, basically.
Okay. Wreathed in caveats. Yes.
Okay, so that, at least story-wise, dates it to the point
If you could
of...
read tone of voice into the Lady Luck Misfortune, it would be like a... Yeah, yes. Being super nice there. What's question 2?
Okay.
You wanted a nice definitive answer to question 1, didn't you?
Well, no, but it suggests that something that we've all done, so it's not in anyone's individual backstory or...
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. So the all is an important qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts?
I still
We think
quite
Mark-
like the item one.
The
Is it
item
related to something or some object that we have found along the way? Seems unlikely.
That's not
Like
a bad
a-
idea. We've all got something from the Wind Dukes, haven't we? Like I've got
Do
the
we all-
ring, you've got some sword, got the
Yeah.
armour. Something to do with putting all that on and then
Maybe.
opening the keys, other locks.
So, how do we
Thanks
ask
for
that
the noise,
question?
That's not a brilliant question.
No. The answer comes back.
You could ask if it's the Wind Dukes items
Yeah.
that are...
Does the ritual require the Wind Duke items? And then I just list the ones that we have. By which I
No.
mean... No, okay.
No.
It's not the items. So is it something... this isn't the question, but this idea that Hesty or Marcus told us something.
The other thing is, you remember the battle when we fought the giant bone thing?
Mm-hmm.
And the monks were trying to get away with the
Yeah.
phylactery.
They came here, yeah?
They came here. Was there anything from that point that we sort of like... Because they had a box, didn't they?
Did the monks tell us the answer that we just can't remember?
And they said write it down.
Ah, have we written
Is
the
that what
answer
we've
down?
We take out the bits of paper from what we wrote down. What does it say?
You didn't write down much at that point when you were told to write it down. It was just where they were going,
Right.
where they were taking the phylactery.
The guy, those that wait guy, did you say he was up here?
Oh, we never resolved
Is
that
he
because we got
hanging around? Does
distracted by
he know
whatever.
about any
The-
ritual?
You don't find him. He's gone. You don't know where he's gone.
There was something the giant said, wasn't it? About, oh no, he just told us we had to get it off the Carrion Queen or whatever it was.
Carrion Queen.
What's this place called?
That's great.
The Citadel of the Weeping Dragons is the name of the structure.
Cooleth Mar. Is that where we are?
Kongan Thulnir.
Coleman Thulnir, that's it. Okay.
Kulith Mar was the Spire of Long Shadows
Okay.
of the city in the lands that wait.
Anyhow, so since we've arrived here in
Kongan Thulnir.
Congal Thulnir,
God, it's like a memory clinic. Yeah.
Gondor Acres.
Yeah. It's literally like, can you remember? 2 minutes. I'm going to hold up some cards now with some pictures on them.
have we heard, read, or seen the solution to the ritual?
No.
So before we got here, that we became aware of this knowledge.
Yeah, something Hesty said, or the dragon lady, whatever she said.
Hmm.
Anyway, we now take a long rest, or can you do another commune?
Could pray for divine intervention.
Acapulco.
Okay,
Acapulco.
so if you cast it 2 or more
Acapulco.
times before finishing your next long rest, there's a cumulative 25% you get no answers. Well, since we're about to take a long rest, let's give that one a go.
Meaning,
More questions.
Yeah, we're going to have another go.
Oh, goody.
But where you can roll 25%, we might get no answers, in which case it will speed things along.
What, I roll now and it doesn't work, or I roll each time you ask a question? Or is once again the text not clear?
If you cast the spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you will get no answer. So I think you can make the roll in secret.
Oh, well, let's make that roll. 25% chance. I'm
exactly.
going to roll a d4. On a 1, you get no answers.
Sure.
Yep. You get answers.
Oh shit, now we have to ask questions.
is it related to an item that we have? Or have
No,
we
we've asked
found?
that. Oh,
No. We
a
only
nice-
asked the wind jigs. We didn't ask the general item thing, something else.
Who have we spoken to here that might have told us the
You're
answer?
doing that thing again where you hope that I would just come
Yes,
in and
yes.
answer it.
You almost
Just
fell
throwing
for
it
it.
out there for us to discuss, hoping that I'm going to go, yes.
Orrery?
Uh,
Something to do with the Orrery.
The Lady Luck Misfortune, she doesn't like to hang around for nothing.
yeah. So who have we spoken
She's
to?
got casinos to visit.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's the dragon lady that we met in Frosthanger?
Lashana.
Lashana. wonder if she told us something. Is it something someone told us?
The Shona was more interested in telling you about Dragotha, and she's the person that pointed you towards Tilagos Island.
Right.
Okay.
She's the person that started you on this whole thing with She knew Rabadabadas.
Yes.
The rub-a-dub-dub, is it?
Ah, you know him.
No.
She is the one that said, well, there's this geezer, Dragotha, there's a phylactery. The only way to find out about where it might be is to visit this island.
It wasn't,
That's
we
how
had
you got started on this particular
the visions
trail.
in the spiry pyramid thing.
The spiry pyramid thing, yep. Spire of Long Shadows,
That's the
yep.
thing. Does anyone remember what
There was a
that
there was a ritual, but that's not the same. This is done by the druids.
Yes.
Can Parker take the
You
orrery
did.
out and see if anything's happening to
You
it?
experienced a series of visions in Kulith Mar.
Mm-hmm.
They were more to do with the prophecies that were meant to be fulfilled in order for the Age of Worms to be brought about. That's where that seemed to sort of go. Coaching should not be allowed.
No, don't tell
But
us.
there were
Yes.
other ones.
No, do tell us. I think the thing is we've got to separate out the fact that we can't remember versus what the characters might.
No, I think it's fun trying to guess what it is.
You carry on.
Says the person who normally wants to fight something and will scupper any conversation to start a fight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why don't we do
try
this,
his
Mike?
best not to participate.
Have we been exposed to the answer to the ritual since we arrived here? Have we asked that question?
Since you arrived in Conganthulnir?
Yes.
I honestly don't remember. There we go. There's me being patronising. But let's just pretend that you haven't.
Yeah.
The answer to that question is no.
So we knew it before we got here, potentially.
Yes, you
That
kind
would be-
of did ask that question, but okay.
Okay, but anyhow, we got two more
yeah, I
questions.
think you did. Let's start afresh. What did you establish with your first three questions?
That we had all somehow been exposed to it.
Yes, and that you had been exposed to it before you got here, and that it is nothing to do with the
Items
items,
of the Wind
the
Duke.
Wind Duke loot that you took from the tombs of the
So the
fairies.
most likely people to have told us how to open the door is the people that sealed the door. So it's the druids.
Yeah.
Yeah, not monks. Yeah.
Druids. So what did the druids tell us?
They had the phylactery in a box, didn't they?
Yeah. Do we remember what the box
I think the phylactery is a
the
box.
Right.
It was a horrible box.
Okay, so the phylactery is a box.
A sort of chest or casket.
Where
I
did we
think was the
find it and
description.
give it to them?
No, they already had it.
Right.
You appeared by them, and then you defended them as they cast a ritual which allowed them to grab it and jump through to where you now know must be here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't you ask your next question? It was like,
And then something else
We had a
happened. when
vision
you-
of something.
You did have a series of visions. You opened something called the Fountain of... now I can't fucking remember the name of it.
well, there you go.
Fountain of
The
Knowledge,
Fountain
wasn't it?
of Dreams? Is it the Fountain of Dreams?
If Lucas was here, he'd probably written that
Yes,
down.
the Fountain of Dreams. The Fountain of Dreams was effectively a cache of locked away ancient lore. Accessing the Fountain of Dreams, which you did so by completing the 4 trials of Tilagos, seemed to transport you. You're not sure if that was all a vision or a genuine moment of time travel back to a battle that took place, you now think, 15 centuries ago, as part of Kios's last attempt to bring about the Age of Worms. And you fought the great bone creature and Knights of Kios while the druids cast a ritual to spirit that phylactery away to where you are now. As you accessed the Fountain of Dreams, you also each experienced a vision, the details of which we could go over, but let's not bother. But at some point, as part of the experience of accessing the Fountain of Dreams, stuff was put into your brains.
Right. So we might not know that we know the answer.
But we are the chosen ones.
Okay,
to
well,
be
we could
able
ask
to-
that. Is the answer some of the stuff that was put into our brains when we opened the Fountain of Dream?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't know what the answer is, but we do have the answer. Maybe we just have to put the keys in the lock now.
Yeah. One more question, though. Should we put the keys in the lock without
Yeah.
knowing the ritual?
Yes, good question. Let's ask that.
Sorry, should you put the keys in the lock without knowing the ritual?
How about will it?
Recalling the ritual first.
Can we open the vault using the keys without performing the ritual first?
Should our next step be to put the keys in the lock and try and put the keys in the
but
doors? and try and
again, the word should.
As long as you qualify the word should. If you say something like, if we wish to open the doors and enter the vault, should we start by placing the keys in the lock?
There you go. That.
Is a perfectly reasonable question. So,
Graham, it's
That's-
your spell, so you have
Give
to
me a
have
question.
final
Okay.
say.
Okay, can we open the door without
yeah.
undertaking some conscious action to recall the ritual.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
so we just put the keys in the lock.
Yeah.
Long rest, then put the keys in the lock.
Mike, long rest, put the keys in the lock.
I mean, at that point, you're going to obviously walk into the room and explore it, look at the bas relief, see all the detail, that kind of thing.
But first we're taking the long rest, that's the point.
It's not the most relaxed long rest you've ever had. Dragons are still very interested in this keep.
Yeah.
So you can hear all of this going on above you, distant crashes and bangs and like rumbles of thunder, but nothing comes close enough to actually interrupt you.
Good.
You can return downstairs to the... Is it a lobby? Is it a vestibule? Is it a foyer?
Okay.
Vasinabex will follow you, again in a state of high agitation, and starts pacing around again and says, "At last! The moment is with us. Unknowable treasures are at our fingertips." Is anybody entering the room at all, or is everybody standing outside the room on the stairs?
No,
I'm just going to randomly put your minis down. You can
I'm
then...
just going to do a couple of spells. So the first one,
And those spells are
is-
Death Ward
Yes, I did a guess.
and Free Action.
I'm not sure about the free action.
Well, I'm going to do
It's not called free action.
see
What's it called?
invisibility.
Freedom of movement lasts an
Hour.
hour. Yeah, may as well.
Graham,
Mm-hmm.
if I cast haste off a scroll, do I still need to concentrate on it?
Yes.
Thought we didn't like casting hastes.
No, we don't. I've learnt it, but I've got it on a scroll. So it's a kind of wasted spell. It's one I'm going to swap out next, because I never use it.
I've got a potion of speed. Gives you haste, but you don't have to concentrate. But very expensive.
How expensive.
1,000. I can't remember how much I spent. It was a lot.
Does anybody want a +2 breastplate?
No.
No.
Now's the time to start talking about the +3 mithril breastplate that sessions seem to have.
No,
No,
Dan
no,
won it. We rolled
I won
for it.
That's why I've got a
We
spare.
rolled for it.
Oh,
Is it
The mithril actually doesn't do
did I
anything.
roll for that?
The mithril
Yeah.
actually doesn't do anything.
It makes it light, I think.
If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks, which it doesn't, or has a strength requirement, which I don't think it does either, the mithril version of the armor doesn't. So it's basically, that's it. It can be worn under normal clothes.
What armor class is the breastplate? What would it give you?
Class 16, is it?
Ooh, if it's 16, I'd take it. Because I've just got +1 scale mail, which is armor class 15.
Oh my god! How could you get such crap armor?
Because that's what I've got. I haven't had anything since.
What's your dexterity modifier?
+3.
I think the breastplate will
It's +2.
probably have a
maximum.
maximum.
No point. Except I have disadvantage on stealth with the scale mail.
Ah, breastplate doesn't give you disadvantage on stealth.
May I, Dan?
You may.
Thank you.
I mean, it's loaned, yeah?
Yeah. I'll write it in some notes somewhere.
Breastplate of the East Wind.
You're never going to see it again.
I will, because he's wearing it. I just need to look over. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I think the giant should disappear upstairs. Thanks very much. Thanks for coming.
Now,
Yeah,
at our moment of triumph.
obviously we'll wait for you.
He doesn't look like he wants to go
It might
upstairs.
be useful.
He looks like he-
probe or whatever.
He looks like it's his life's work to break into this vault. He's like salivating at the prospect of you making progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take us a while. We've got to figure out what needs to be done. So if you just can go, just quickly check on the dragons.
But look at these
I
carvings.
know, aren't they amazing?
They're fascinating. He wanders over and starts murmuring and pointing them out.
He could be trouble.
Uncle Buggy, you going up to the doors?
Yeah, why not? Take the keys out.
I'm going to float out and have a look so we can see the doors.
Give me an intelligence check, Buggy.
15.
The doors, you think, Buggy, depict Kios's imprisonment within a black monolith deep in some kind of cavern system. Have you got religion? Personal question, nothing to do with D&D, Johnny. Just have you got religion?
I got -1 on religion,
Have you heard the
even
good
though I'm a
news?
13th. I think we had this the other day. Well, 13th level cleric.
Yeah.
Well,
-1 on religion.
Well, you know,
do you want to give it a shot?
11.
Okay, no, you're not sure about the location that is being depicted with the black monolith set within it. But if you inspect the scene on the doors further, the left-hand door depicts hundreds of stone giants locked in mortal combat with horrific, worm-covered undead of all shapes and sizes. The giants appear to be taking the worst of it, and overshadowing all is a massive monolith upon which stands a huge figure of grotesque proportions with writhing worms all over its body. You think that depicts Kios himself. There is a circle of a dozen small figures standing before the monolith, enacting some ritual. The right-hand door focuses in on the ritual of the small human figures, members of the Order of the Storm. They have gathered in a circle on a ledge overlooking a cliff, obviously protecting something in their midst. Crawling and clambering up over this ledge are dozens of skeletal undead, and rearing up in the background is an immense, bony, worm-like creature. Between these undead and the druids stand a group of brave heroes single-handedly holding off the advancing undead. You recognise yourselves as those heroes.
We'll stick the keys in the lock, take my clothes off, turn the lock.
Where is everybody standing when you do that?
Come on, Scaly Paladin.
Wait a minute.
You're not going around the corner, are you? Come on.
I think we should get rid of this giant first.
Do you why?
Because he could turn on us at the worst possible moment. He could try seizing the phylactery and running off with it while the defender monster is attacking us. I can foresee a number of scenarios where it could be bad.
Okay. How do we do that?
Well, I tried to persuade him to go and check on the situation with the dragons. We certainly don't want to open these doors with the dragons around.
Don't open the door with what?
With the dragons around.
Yeah, good idea.
With the dragons around.
What's his response, Mike? Does he take the bait?
Oh, I see.
Go upstairs?
Yes.
It's really not my area.
No, it's the dragons that we're worried about. I just wanted you to check on them. It is your area. Your area is upstairs. Literally is your area.
No. My life's work is accessing this vault. Do you not understand? That is why you have been sent to
But
me.
you can't access
to
the
assist
vault.
me.
No. We haven't been sent
We
to
need
you.
all of your.
I can now, with your help at
We
last.
need all of your books. You must go and get them.
The books?
Mike,
Mhm.
is he depicted on the door at all in the
No.
relief? I've got a persuasion of +9, which I would like to use,
Okay.
and I'd like to
What do you want to do with it?
persuade him that, as you can see on the bas relief on the doors, he's not there. Therefore, he cannot be part of this.
Yeah.
He can help us by standing guard at the top of the stairs. I'd like to roll a persuasion on it.
Oof. You feel that you're really trying to make him go against his life's ambition.
Well,
But give me a
let's see
roll.
what happens.
Who knows what you might get?
As always, it works
Okay.
tremendously well.
Now we know what you might get. You might get a 4.
I can roll a 4 for a 13.
Are you insane? It says.
No.
Keep guard?
Yeah.
What you need now is a scholar. My researches into the ritual may prove invaluable.
I've also got a...
Meaning what?
Shall I show you my workings
No,
again?
I've also got a +9 in intimidate.
Yes. Go and get your workings.
I might just try and intimidate him.
Okay.
He's a frost giant. I mean,
Yeah, he looks down at you like,
just step
Pull
on
out
you.
the crystal staff. Talk to the staff a bit and just go, shall I?
The one that you haven't attuned to because it's horribly evil and you're scared of it.
The one I have
That
attuned
one.
to.
oh, it says. This looks like an opportunity. You're getting that sense from it.
Yeah.
You could take a very important step across a very important dividing line at this point.
Yeah.
It sort of communicates with you.
Well, I'm not going to do that quite yet, but I think...
What is that?
I think
Says Vasilibex. Some kind of twig?
yes.
Is it to do with opening the doors or not?
It's to do with guarding things. Why didn't you go upstairs?
Yeah, go back upstairs and see if there's a reference to this bas relief in one of your books, and we'll wait here
Make
until
a persuasion
Oh,
check.
Fucking hell. Intimidating. Only 11.
Make a persuasion check, Uncle Buggy.
14.
No, he's not buying it. Somebody give me an insight check.
Insight.
No,
Not
Yeah,
me.
an insight check.
no, not Paul.
Purple got 13 insight.
13 is plenty. This is going to be a titanic task. This giant literally has one goal in
Mike.
life. It's driven it insane.
Yeah.
Its absolute obsession with opening this vault. All of this stuff about him going and looking for dragons or protecting your rear or making sure that you're all safe. I mean,
You could say
There's
that we
just no
needed
point
that
to any-
statuette thing to open the door.
Mike, let's have a wisdom save. This is where his
Okay.
blue dice of nonsense come in. Yeah, I say.
okay, he's not got a particularly good wisdom save.
Yeah, just roll badly, Mike. Roll really badly.
What's the DC?
18.
Fails that save.
Okay, he's dominated.
Doesn't have magic resistance. Doesn't have legendary resistance.
Okay, now you can open the door.
Okay, we'll go up and open the doors.
If you've got control of him, why don't you tell him to open the door?
I can do that. Yeah.
I
He
think
needs
we
the key.
have to because we've
Moving.
Yeah.
this ritual thing in our
Okay.
head.
Maybe we all need to be in the room.
Yep.
Yeah, in the room near the door. rather than the other end of the room.
Readers in the room being interpreted in the loosest possible sense at the moment by some of our number.
Far away. All right, I will move up a bit closer, and I will have him hunched down in front of me as a shield.
Come round the door.
I'm using him as a shield.
He's basically hunching down,
Bloody hell. The worst paladin.
forming
yeah,
a giant
absolutely.
shield, like a barrier between me and an explosion.
Johnny.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's actually opening?
Johnny, stop it.
Readers, everyone's just moving their characters around.
Everybody's
moving their minis
Johnny's
around,
moving.
and nobody's committing to any course of action.
Johnny, you've got the keys. Do it.
I might
Come,
switch
Purple.
off my dominate.
We're
and
definitely
and
not-
try and
Go on
dominate
then.
Bugraft.
Do I have to...
instead.
No, Parker. We're not putting Parker in harm's
Can't
way.
you come closer to the door, you guys? I mean, come on.
Go for it.
It'll need two of us, though.
There you go.
Oh, for God's sake.
Right.
So Scaly and Buggy,
Yeah.
you're taking a door each and a key each.
Yeah.
You're doing like the nuclear launch.
Yeah.
It's like 1, 2, 3, click.
Nothing happens.
Yep, nothing happens.
Does the door open?
You feel something, Buggy and Scaly, feel a little unsettled. Something is going on, but nothing actually happens.
I think everybody's got to be at the door.
Everybody's got to be at the doors.
Have you
Really?
tried pushing the doors? Do you think you've unlocked them?
Yeah, try.
You want to try pushing the doors?
Yes,
Yeah.
push the doors.
Yeah.
Push the doors.
Nothing
Sorry,
happens.
All right, everybody else, come up by the door.
All right.
Come on, Sessions. Come on.
When Parker joins you, he starts to feel a strange unsettling
Oh, there you go.
sensation.
Right, now...
As you all stand at the doors, you are all visited by both a collective and separate vision.
Ooh.
Right, let's keep this quick. Start with Parker. You are in the shadow world. Before you lies a cave mouth of deeper darkness, set in a grey cliff that you know to be an entrance to the Timberdark. That is where you will find the final passage of the ritual. You ghost towards it, but as you do, the cliff stretches ever higher and you climb, the cave receding beneath you until you face the great dome of the Shadow Night. Black stars in a white sky. The constellations speak to you. Patterns form. From the patterns come words in an ancient language which you start to repeat over and over. Scaly, you are in the shadow world. Before you in the grey swamp is an area of deeper darkness you know to be an entrance to the Timberdark. There you will find the final passage of the ritual. You push on through the mud-heavy water, grasses and tree roots, but the more you advance, the more the Timberdark recedes. You find yourself in a gloom of mangroves, their branches made of twisted black crystal. Their upper reaches slithered by black and white snakes. The movement of the serpents, their hissing, and the gentle undulation of the boughs in the water present themselves as a pattern in your mind, a pattern holding words in an ancient language. You begin to chant the words. Buggy, you are in the shadow world. It is deep winter. Below you, in a hollow in the sharp slate crag, you see a pit of darkness you know to lead to the Timberdark. There you will find the final passage of the ritual. You clamber over sharp ridges, down the slick cliffs of dull silver, but the pit seems ever further below you. As you climb, you start to see patterns in the fall and drift of the snow. The patterns unfold in your mind, forming words in an ancient language. You murmur the words over and over under your misting breath. Burple, you are in the shadow world, stalking through a landscape of cracked paving and crumbling pillars. Ahead is an archway, and the blackness within you know to be the Timberdark. There you will find the final passage of the ritual. You pad forward, but the archway gets no closer. From a shaded colonnade you hear the gentle rush of the sea on shingle, and a single voice carrying a mournful song in a language you don't understand. You are drawn to it. You step into a cove lit only by the shadow moon. There is a woman with her back to you, standing on the shore, watching the ebb of the grey sea. You join with her in the song. Sessions, you are in the shadow world, floating through a walled garden. Somewhere a clock is ticking. Ahead you see a dark grove of trees twisted into a tunnel as tight as a throat that you know must lead to the Timberdark. There you shall find the final passage of the ritual. As you drift closer to the grove, you can smell bonfire smoke. The darkness closes over you, but your fog lamp eyes bathe the way ahead.
Okay.
You emerge into a cave ribbed with roots of oak. In the center of the cavern is a wisp of a man. A great axe rests beside him. His features are unseeable. He is older than age itself. His currency is souls. He chuckles and in the smoky suggestion of a hand, you see a single coin, a coin of fortune, which he starts to flip up and over, shockingly gold in the dark. The light spins off the coin and reveals an inscription on the walls of the cave in a language you do not understand. They are the final words of the ritual. You start to chant them over and over. And as you do so, the great double doors start to swing open. What lies behind them? Have you found the phylactery of Dragotha? Well,
Yes.
we're not going to find out now. We're going to find out when we pick things up next week.
Nice.
Uttervast.
That was a good episode. Very good.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Kings of the Rift and Age of Worms are copyright Wizards of the Coast. Kings of the Rift was written by Greg A. Vaughan. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!